Boom, we are live. Rana is live. We have a tech leader with us.
Ms. Preeta Haribaskar.
Hi Rana, hi Nishant.
What do you like to do outside of work?
I'm a fitness freak. I love to work out. Technology, fashion, AI,
What do you think AI looks like 10 years from now?
all the mundane things that we do, everything is going to AI.
How many countries have you traveled?
Wow, I've traveled a lot of countries.
You'll see a lot of these bigger fashion houses doing that now.
Yeah, if I had to draw a parallel in the Harry Potter universe, yes, it's magic.
Boom, we are live.
Yes. All right.
We're live.
So,
Rana is live from St. Louis, wearing
and
a special shirt and looking like a tech guy. But yeah. Speaking of tech, we have a tech leader with us. Rana, please introduce.
yes, Ms. Preeta Haribaskar.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi Rana, hi Nishant. I'm so excited to be on this podcast and thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Um, So, a quick intro about myself. I just joined iCover this month. It's only been 2 weeks. And the journey so far has been so exciting. And a little bit of background about me in my earlier days in the technology industry. I started with a company here in St. Louis. It's a Berkshire Hathaway company, and I've been there for over 10 years. And then I switched to healthcare. So I've been in a couple of different places in the industry, but different domains. And throughout my career, I've been in various tech leadership roles. Um, Fortune 100 companies. I've handled big budgets and like hundreds of resources. But this is the first time me stepping in to a startup like iCover, and I'm so excited to be here and make an impact.
I love that. That's yeah. We were, we had been, we had gotten the news like when you close to when you were joining the team, and we were just so excited because I mean anytime that it's a small team, so anytime it grows, and especially like the role that you filled, I mean it's such a it's a I mean a huge role, and we were like, wow, what. We were just excited to know what we could learn from you, and just soak up as much gems and knowledge that we could from you, from all the years of experience that you've had. Nishant and I, we're like, we're still figuring things out. You know what I'm saying? We just, me more than Nishant. Nishant's so we just um, we were really happy to know that not only that we're having you on the team, but also that we were able to have you on this podcast, and that we were able to talk to you today. So thank you for working through all the hiccups, because I know we had some scheduling problems and things like that. So,
Sure, no worries. Happy to be
yeah.
here.
Awesome. So yeah, tell us about yourself though. Like what's I guess like further back, to pan out a little more. Like what was your upbringing like? What inspired you to go in the direction that you did professionally and things like that. Tell us about like your beginnings and everything in between.
Sure. It's always good to go back to your roots and relive those beautiful memories. So I'm just going to take a trip down memory lane. I grew up in India, and I went to college in India as well. Uh, when I was in school, and back in the day, um, like convents were an in thing in the 80s and 90s. And my mom and dad decided to enroll me in a convent school. So that's where I did most of my education, my school uh, days. And then I did my bachelor's again in a very prestigious organization in Chennai, and I graduated from computer science. So just going back and to your question about why I chose this profession, right? And to me, when I was in middle school, I somehow, and computers were a big thing back in the day, right? Computers were booming. And I got drawn towards computers, and not just the industry, but also uh, I had, I feel like I had a lot of, I had good analytical skills, and I was able to apply those skills through my, school curriculum whenever I was uh, learning computer science, doing small, little programs. And then I got immense, pleasure and a sense of, like gratification when I wrote a small program and it worked. Oh, wow. I created magic. That's when I came to know that, oh, I like this field. You know, why not make a career out of it? Because I love to program. I was analytical, good in math, and like in math, there's various different segments, right? And the one that I particularly enjoyed was algebra. And as you know, algebra has a lot of logical reasoning, analytical thinking, right? You presented a word problem and you got to decipher the math behind it, right? Very similar analogy to programming, right? You presented a set of requirements, you got to analyze that and, you know, write code and do the magic. So I could draw parallels, and since I was really strong in math and algebra, that switch to computers was very seamless for me, and it felt like it was second nature to me, and I was, like born to basically do this. So it was not a tough choice for me. It was something like I wanted to do a dream job, right? So yes, I went and got my uh, bachelor's in computer science. And then I also did a lot of coding courses back in India while I was actually doing my college. Because back in the day, college was more focused on the foundation, right? Learning the foundation of programming, but then in order to learn the most recent languages that were prevalent back then, I had to take additional courses to do that, and that's how I upped my skills, and and here I am. I started my initial career days as a software engineer. That's what I wanted to be growing up, and I landed my dream job, and I'm thankful to the universe for that.
Wow. The part that stuck out to me was how the programming or building a program and it running successfully felt like magic. That's like, I think that's like, for me, that's one of the standout quotes for today for sure. Because that is the best. I mean, really, right? Like, it's like, wow, like you just created something,
Yeah,
like, it's like boom, it goes. So it's like
yeah.
it's
You're given a
like,
magic wand, and then you swirl it, and you got the code working, right? That's what
yeah,
the that's the outside perspective. But as a developer at heart myself, I know the amount of work that goes into developing that piece of feature, and the hard work, and everything that goes into that work. So I do understand that, and I appreciate all of my um, fellow industry experts.
wow,
Well,
that's cool.
you're the
Go ahead.
complete opposite of me. I got an F-pen computer, left it in. My parents forced me to leave when I was 14. Then I joined economics. So yeah, I was
Good,
never good at.
but
Oh, I sucked at
you're doing
economics.
what?
So
Oh no, you're doing what you're. I mean, what you love to do, and what you're
yes.
good at, right? So everybody has their own thing.
Mhm.
So I everybody is smart at other things, right? That's the way I would like to put it.
Right.
So as a
Besides,
newbie, as an outsider, like from marketing world, what's new in the technology world right now?
Oh, right now, if you ask me, it's all about AI, right?
Hmm.
Uh, I would say even a 5-year old, if you ask
Yeah.
a 5-year old, they
Hmm.
would know, what AI is. But I think that's what's buzzing these days, and there's definitely a lot of potential in this field. More to come on AI, but every single time I use ChatGPT, my developer brain kicks in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is, you know, again, it's magic. How
Mm-hmm.
did they build this? I think about all the different things, the frameworks, the data that they had to collect, the models that they had to train, and the amount of work, not just work, the thought process, the ideation behind it, right? That's just phenomenal. And every single prompt that I use within ChatGPT, that's what I decode in my brain. Oh, how would they have designed this? What prompted them to do this? That's intriguing.
Wow. Let's say like coding and programming was like the school of Hogwarts. Like, would you say that AI is like Lord Voldemort?
Yeah,
Like,
if I had to draw a parallel in the Harry Potter universe, yes. Yeah, I mean, this is the new weapon the industry has unleashed, and you know, there's I think sky is the limit.
yeah, okay.
And I
Wow.
say weapon in a sense, don't you know?
Yeah. Because it could be used for, and it has been used for wonderful things.
Yes.
Like things beyond like what we could have imagined thus far right now in its current state. So I mean, what does it what do you think AI looks like 5 years, 10 years from now? What do you think that looks like?
Well, to begin with, I think all the mundane things that we do, right? Obviously, everything is going to AI, right? And then
Yeah.
down the road, like 5 years, I see AI taking over financial institutions. You invest in stocks, and you have a portfolio. Down the road, AI is going to manage that for you. Um, I think AI is going to be utilized in healthcare industry as well, uh, to a certain extent, because there's a lot of data that can be leveraged when it comes to uh, treating people for various different conditions. And not just that, also setting the benchmark, right? Like you have a lot of these benchmarks for diabetes, heart diseases, right? And now that we have access to more data, right, and we have that can be powered through AI to come up with um, better decisions, right? And I feel the healthcare professionals can leverage that and use that as a backbone when it comes to treating a lot of even chronic conditions, right? I mean, I throw out diabetes and heart conditions. That's um, you know that's your common day-to-day condition that a lot of people face, right? But beyond that, there's also chronic conditions, very conditions that are very that people have not even heard of, right? um, there are so many different disorders like that, and I feel like AI is probably going to bring to light a lot of those conditions and provide better care in those areas as well. And also, when it comes to treatment, like a lot of people, like a lot of countries, right? These conditions that I just mentioned that are not your regular, diabetes or heart condition, something that is chronic or critical, um, that only happens, like a genetic disorder or something like that, right? Just trying to put an example to it. A lot of countries around the world don't have access, they don't have the privilege to treatment, right? And access to treatment should be a basic right to everyone. So I feel down the road, AI definitely is going to help in those areas as well, like getting the care that people need um, throughout the world.
Wow.
So, yeah, there's a lot more to do. And as you would know, like iCover is making a lot of, um, um, I guess, is growing in this area as well, right? In AI, uh, because iCover's focus is going to be on AI and how to bridge AI with technology. So I see that in the next 5 years, there's a lot of AI you're going to see a lot of AI presence in the insurance industry as well.
What's the craziest uh, AI based company that you've seen and that just blew your mind recently?
Uh, Recently, I came across a website that can create an individual, like a face, out of nowhere. That person does not exist. The whole face is created by AI, but that's
Mm-hmm.
not a real person. As scary as it sounds, it is like mind boggling to even think that something like that can be generated by, uh, a system.
And that can be used in a good way as well as a bad way.
Sure, you know,
Yeah.
and that's not new to AI, right? Because security has and ethical
Mm-hmm.
usage of data has always been the forefront in technology. So I wouldn't say it's just with AI. With any other thing, like it was the same thing with social media. Like 10 years ago, when we had Facebook and then Instagram. After that, we had the same problems, right? Um, and with any system that we design, we have similar problems with security and ethical usage of data. So I would say the same thing applies to AI as well. And I'm sure all of the organizations that are utilizing AI are also focusing on how to strengthen the security and how to make sure that they're handling the data that's being fed to AI in an ethical way.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen those reels? I think it's from India. Like,
Hmm.
it's AI. It's definitely AI. So monkeys are like vloggers now, and they're creating content and speaking in Hindi and all. So like, we are here at this temple or this place. Look at this man. What is he doing? And all that. And monkeys are talking.
Yeah, yeah,
And also there's videos where cats and hamsters and dogs, so it's like a CCTV footage camera. Okay, it's completely
yeah.
black and white. So it's like a normal cat or dog who just jumps out of a building or something, and we're like, oh my god, and then just come back and they're like, that's what they do, and it's completely yes. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
That's funny. Yeah, no, it's I think the scariest thing for me, like, I guess, is, to stay on this topic for, and as far as like looking at the negative aspects about it or being the contrarian to like the wonderful things that it can do, which I recognize, by the way, which things that I didn't even imagine or think of, you brought up just now, and that's why I'm already learning a lot from you. So, but the one of the negative things that I see or that I'm scared of is like how AI can be used to like deep fake someone doing a crime that they never did, or like, oh, like, this person was here at this time, look, like we have the CCTV camera footage of him, and like it's just they put his face or her face on another person that was just a random, like, bystander walking, or the actual person that did the crime walk, like, leaving the scene, but they want to frame somebody else. Like things like that is what freaks me out, right?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I'm sure there'll be countermeasures put in place for things like that. I'm sure, or like, maybe there's people that, just like how we have like a white hat hackers now that like help, protect companies or whatever. Like I'm sure that there'll be that for AI. But yes, things like that, that does freak me out.
Right. I'm sure it does. And, I think that was a great example that you pointed out. But like I said, um, security should be at the forefront, even with respect to AI. And, every single organization that's utilizing AI should consider, should make security like their number one thing when
Right,
they implement AI.
right, absolutely. Um,
okay, I have a question.
Hmm.
Like, for someone who is just starting or who wants to step into the tech world, right?
Hmm.
What all things should they focus right now?
Okay. So that is a really broad term because tech
Mhm.
world means, it could be, software programming, or they may be interested in focusing on, you know, uh, in a role that's in front of the client, gathering requirements, right? And then there's also security, and then now there's AI, right? So there's a lot of different jobs that actually look for uh, professionals or college grads uh, that can work in the AI world, creating these models, like training these models, right? So I would say there's a diverse range of things that you can do in the tech industry. And it's hard to give like a blanket statement, but what
Mhm.
I would say is, if you want to come into the tech industry, AI should be on the top of your list. You have to learn to use AI and understand, at a very, even at, if you're not into programming, right? If you don't want to be a technical person, but still want to be in the industry in another role that facilitates this, then I would say putting a lot of focus on AI and learning AI should be your primary goal in
Mhm.
this day and age, because that's what's going to set you apart from everybody else.
And as you mentioned earlier, it's like, yeah, tech is a broad term. So for someone, for example, I want to step in, but I don't know where to go. I don't know which field inside tech to focus, right? So how would I figure that out? How would I recognize, or how would I, figure it out, figure what I want?
That's a great question. Going back to my example, since I already knew what I wanted to do, it was second nature for me. And then, for someone like even my son, um, when I ask him what he wants to do, uh, it keeps changing, right?
Hmm.
Because and there's nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of opportunities these days when compared to like 20 years ago, right? Um, so what I would say is, um, to begin with, you need to, like I said, you need to get a sense of fulfillment, a job satisfaction um, when you do something, right? So look for things that you enjoy doing, um, and because it's not just a job, right? At the end of the day, it's your career. It's part of your life,
Hmm.
right? If you want to build a career, you obviously have to like what you're doing, right? You can't hate what you're doing and then go to work every day and pretend that you're enjoying it. So that's what I would say, and look for areas, where that show your strengths, right? Um, like if you feel like you're drawn towards, development, you're a strong technical person, then I would say pick that. And then, like I said, it need not just be development. You could also be a security expert, right? There's so many different things. So I would just say think about what you like to do before you jump right into it. And for any field, I think this applies.
Wow. Okay. What do you like to do outside of like tech and work?
Um, okay, have a lot of things. I'm a fitness freak. Uh, I love to work out. So I have my set schedule every day. And you know, back like 5 years ago, pre-COVID days, I used to go to the gym, but then COVID hit. I set up my home gym, and now that's where I go. I just go down and work out, right? So I have this whole setup, and I love doing that. I love trying new workouts. And then the other thing is fashion. I love to look at what's trending these days, new makeup ideas. uh, what is new in the fashion industry in terms of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that interests me a lot, and I love to travel. Um, I love to go to Europe. That's one of my number one uh, favorite travel destination. And aside from that, I love to read as well. I used to read even when I was little, so I find time now to keep that um, passion alive within me. So I read books whenever I get time. I guess that's about it.
Okay, travel intrigued me. I mean, so how many countries have you traveled, and which is your favorite one till now?
Wow, I've traveled a lot of countries. I have to count. I don't know the number at the top of my head, but I have, and thankfully, right? And again, thanking the universe for giving me this opportunity to travel and um, live my dream. My most of like one of my favorite destinations, I would say, is Europe, because I've already mentioned Europe is my top one. But within Europe, it's I love Switzerland, Paris, London, um, Scotland. I love those places.
Wow, that's
What's
beautiful.
I need to hear one crazy story of your travel experience.
Some
Oh,
crazy something crazy must have happened.
Something out of the
On
box.
vacation.
crazy story. I need to think. Uh, the,
As long
the,
as it wasn't getting chased by the cartel, like the story I told you that one time. Oh man.
uh, well, it's not a crazy story as such, but I. So this was soon after we got married, and like I knew I was going somewhere, like we were going somewhere, but I didn't know where. So my husband kept that as a surprise for me. And then I go to the airport. We check in, and the uh, the agent hands me the boarding pass, and then he says, from here to New York and from New York to Zurich. I will never forget that line in my entire life, because that's when I knew actually where I was going, and I was like thrilled. Uh, and then after that, we had a stopover at New York, and we almost missed a flight, because back in the day we had this big handy cams, right? We used to carry that with us, um, and we got off from well, in New York. The flight was, I think, the flight, as soon as it landed, we were at the back of the plane, and we had to like literally rush through to get to the gate to catch our next flight, because we were literally running. We didn't have a lot of time between the two flights. And then here we are at the security check, and this agent at the security check, he's taking his own sweet time, pulling the thing apart. Like, here we are. Oh my gosh, I'm going to miss my flight. But thankfully, we made it, and we had a wonderful time at Switzerland. But again, that's the only thing I can think of that's not crazy, but I think it's a beautiful moment that I wanted to share.
I love that. No, that's really I
That's
love
really
that.
sweet.
That's such a nice surprise. Yeah. That's really cool. So you mentioned fashion, and I love trying to keep my finger on the pulse as much as I can with fashion. Because just really any of the arts, and right, fashion is very much an art form. Self-expression in the grandest degree. But what are some of your favorite like fashion brands?
Ooh, that's a tough question. Again, I have a lot. From our very own Sabyasachi from India.
Mhm.
I think he's making waves. There was a recent interview of his that I was watching, where he mentioned that he's an excellent jeweler, and he's going to make his brand the most sought after in the next 5 years. Yeah, and
Wow.
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, that's cool.
But aside from our very own homegrown brands. Um, there are a lot of other brands that I like as well. When it comes to bags, handbags, I like Louis
Mhm.
Vuitton, Gucci, Chanel, um, clothes, clothes too. I mean, a lot of these brands, make a lot of good clothing as well. Um, yeah, those are some of the brands that I like.
Yeah, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I like for me more so it's a lot of the style of fashion that I focus on is streetwear. So a lot of the things that you'll see a lot of these bigger fashion houses doing that now.
Yeah,
Like they right with the different shoe silhouettes that they make or the sneakers that they make or
yeah,
um, you know some of the baggier styles of clothes that they do now.
yeah,
Um, so that it's interesting to see how that cross sects and the inspirations that they take from like things that people are wearing,
yeah,
whether it's like in a music video or just like on the
yeah,
street or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, um, wow. Now, to cross sect into an earlier conversation that we're having, fashion and AI. I'm seeing a lot of that now too, right?
yeah,
Where
yeah,
they'll allow artificial intelligence to make like a silhouette for a hoodie, or it's which is crazy. It's just or they'll use AI models to showcase the clothes instead of just so for their lookbooks and things like that. What are your thoughts on all that?
yeah. That's another industry where AI is definitely budding. There's a lot of like makeup uh, videos that's taught by AI. Like you can upload your video or your picture, and it's gonna teach you how to apply makeup and what's gonna look good on your face, things like that, the techniques. So that is definitely intriguing, and I think AI is definitely going to take the fashion industry, by the storm as well, because there's a lot to do. Creative ideas that you can come up with, and like you said, you can see it because there's a lot of now the shopping, right? Before, everything used to be in person. You used to go to the mall or the shops and look at things and buy them, right? But now a lot of things are online. Like even I buy a lot of things online because there's access to a lot of different varieties, right, of clothing or makeup or whatever it may be, and you can do it at your fingertips, right? So that's more convenient. So with AI coming into this field as well, um, like people can actually see how that clothing is going to look on them before they buy
Right.
it.
Yeah. That's really cool. That's really
Yeah,
neat.
and it can even suggest, hey, for your skin tone, I think these colors would look great on you, something like
You're right. Right.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. Very true. So you got a routine, you right? You wake up, you work out. What like talk to us about like to
In
be on the
life.
top of your yeah, a day in the life of you. Like what? Just walk us through a day in the life of you. So
Okay.
like how much we want to know how much sleep you're getting. Like when you make sure like yo, I'm clocking out at this time. Like I ain't answering no emails after this. But I know you as an exec, you kind of have to like be almost treating it around the clock. A
Yeah,
lot of our team members, Nishant himself, like being from India, we kind of have to like work around the clock in that way. But like yeah, just give us a day in the life of you.
sure. So obviously, in the mornings, I wake up early because I have early morning calls. My calls start at 7, but before that, I have my mom duties, right? I got to take care of my son, ship him off to school, uh, make him, his lunch or breakfast or whatever it is. But these days, he just grabs a bar and he runs. But I got to, like I said, pack him his lunch, and then I get ready for my calls. Um, for a couple of hours, I have nonstop back to back calls. And then I take a short break to, get my breakfast. But however, I will say that I will not start my day without my cup of coffee. And I know my husband makes fun of me because whenever there's a shortage of milk in the house, um, I go crazy because I want my coffee in the morning. I cannot survive without that. So yes, I start with a cup of coffee, and then I jump into my calls. Mostly, those are like status update calls in the morning, and then after that, I'll have my client calls set up. Um, and break for lunch, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. It depends on the day. I like to break for lunch at 12, but depending on the day and what I have, my schedule, I try to squeeze it in. But I do make it a point to eat right because that, is something foundational for me because it goes hand in hand with fitness, right? I want to make sure that I'm nourishing my body as well. So I try to eat a healthy breakfast and lunch that is well balanced with protein and vegetables and all of that. Um, and then I take a quick break for lunch and then get back to work. But um, like in the past, I used to work out in the mornings, but now since I've changed my schedule a bit, I'm now working out in the evenings. So I take a break um, in the evening for an hour, workout, um, and then get ready for dinner, cook dinner for all of us, for the family. And then I might be, tethered to my laptop or my phone if there are any emails. Um, but other than that, my evenings, I try to keep my evenings like past, like 8 or 9 o'clock. It's quiet um, because I've shifted all my calls to the morning. So my night is quiet and I try to have my dinner with my family, and I like to go for a walk at night after my dinner. That's something that I've been doing consciously for about a year, like a 20-minute walk, nothing crazy, because I feel like you got to get your movement in, especially with me being in the tech industry. I'm always, sitting at my desk answering calls or, like um, typing away. So it's important to get that movement in throughout the day. So I feel like that extra 20 minutes or 30 minutes that I walk at night before I go to bed definitely helps boost my metabolism. So, yeah, and then I would read a book for maybe half an hour or so right before I go to bed, and that will knock me out.
That's really cool. Okay, awesome. So like you're waking up at what, like 5:30? Or like
Not 5:30, not that early, between 6 and 6:30.
so you getting like you clocking in what, like a consistent, you it sounds like 6 hours or like maybe 7 hours max on a good day of sleep. Like
Yes,
Rana,
that,
you
yeah.
need to learn, man.
I need to no, like
Both need to learn, yeah.
that's a
So,
strict, that's really, I mean, like to be able to, I mean, yeah. Nishant's like, man, because me and Nishant, our sleep schedules are so out of whack. It's like it's crazy. We like we'll get because we'll work into either my night or his night, right? Like as right now, right? So it's just
yeah.
it's
So, I hear you, right? And I've been there as well, uh, throughout my career. Like as you know, in the tech industry, uh, sometimes you have to do night shifts, right? Um, and everybody has to, swallow that pill, right? That's how you grow. Um, so what I used to do back in the day when I had those calls that I used to take at night, yes, I was deprived of sleep, but just make sure that you're focusing on you're getting enough sleep the next day, and try to balance it out because I feel like you have to get at least 7 hours of good sleep uninterrupted. Like six is like if you can get 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep, that's great because your brain needs to recharge and you need to give it time to recharge, right? So yeah, make sure that you're getting enough rest as well and keep your day balanced and so that you don't get burnt out.
yeah. Absolutely. Wow.
Do you watch a lot of movies?
I do watch a lot of movies. Yes, with Netflix, Amazon Prime, there's a lot of series as well, that I watch. Um, I particularly enjoy watching mystery
Hmm.
movies. Um, Ever since I was a kid, I was again drawn towards mystery movies and crime thrillers and things like that. Even the books that I used to read were based on, like it was a crime fiction or a mystery or something like that. That's the genre I love.
So top five movies and top five web series you would recommend.
Top five movies
Whoa.
and top
Web
five
series.
web series. Oh my gosh. Uh, Top five movies recently. Um, I didn't watch a whole lot of English movies. I think I watched a few um, Hindi movies, nothing that I can recommend right off my head.
All time.
All time. Oh, all
Yep.
time. This is going to be very difficult. No, 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 no. I can't do that.
Well, how about this? How about this? I'll make it easy for you. Like, if one were to ask you, what's your favorite? Like, what's a favorite, or what's your favorite movie of all time, or what's one of your favorite movies of all time? What's the first movie that comes to your mind?
The first movie that comes to my mind is a Shah Rukh Khan's movie because I'm a great fan of his, even though it's not in the mystery genre.
That's fine. That's fine. Which one is it?
So I would say Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
And then what about like an American film that comes to mind when you think of one of your favorites?
Uh, American films, there's a lot of movies that I like, and a lot of actors too. I love Adam Sandler's movies. I thought I really liked Murder Mystery. It was a cute movie, uh, more like mystery mixed with comedy, right? Yeah, that was a cute movie. And then recently I watched some of the older movies, uh, 13 going on 30. Uh, like it's Jennifer Garner. I think it was her
I
name.
don't know
That was
which
a
movie.
that was a good one. I really liked
Okay.
that. It
Mhm.
was a cute movie. A girl, like a 13-year-old, she wakes up one day and now she's a 30-year-old.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I thought that was a cute movie. Yeah,
Have you heard of the movie Weapons?
I have, but I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it? I think you'd like that movie. I think you'd like it um because you watch horror also, right?
I watch horror. Yeah, that's another genre. Oh, speaking of horror, my most favorite till date is Conjuring. I could watch it over and over again, and even my son makes fun of me. It's like, how many times will you watch this movie? But I feel that that's the only movie that has really, like freaked me out. But in my adulthood, like when I was little, of course, I used to get freaked out for every single horror movie that I used to watch. Um, Even though I know it freaks me out, I will still watch it because it gives me the the it gives I get that thrill, right? But
Right.
in my adulthood, when I was really over that, like the the like I'm scared of horror movies phase of my life, uh, I felt like Conjuring was the one that really was up there.
Right. Wow. Okay.
I don't
Um
watch horror movies.
yeah, no, I recently started working my way up to watching them now. I think more so if people recommend movies to me, and
Oh yes, Rana, what's the scariest movie? You recently told me about the movie, right?
that's the one, Weapons.
Okay.
So it was I wouldn't say it was it was scary. I wouldn't say it was the scariest that I've seen. I think that the record or I guess what I'd give the crown for that for would be like Paranormal Activity 2. Those
Okay.
Paranormal Activity because they felt very real with the
Yeah.
camera they used. So
Yeah.
I don't know, something about that freaked me out a lot.
Yeah.
But Weapons is like that's a really good movie, and I watched it because, and I don't normally watch scary movies, but the reason why I watched this one was because in a span of like I'd say like 48 hours, like I got three people telling me like you need to watch this movie. Let me know when you watch this movie. You need to go watch this movie as soon as you can. Like so because it was like in a condensed amount of time, I had like people recommending it to me. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, we're watching this. We're watching this movie. So I went and watched it, and I loved it so much. I was like, wow, like this was
Good.
truly worth the discomfort of being scared.
Okay, then I have to watch it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of crime thrillers, I think there was another series that in the last couple of years I had watched. I think it's called Night Action or Night Agent,
Mhm. Oh, I loved
something
it.
like that.
Night Action, Night
Yeah,
Action.
Night Action. Yeah, it was a really good one.
Wow. Okay. That's a show.
Yeah, it's a show on Netflix.
Series. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a series,
Good.
yeah.
Good. Good. Gotcha. Okay. Um, what's your like 5 year or like rather like what do you see for the future of iCover? What do you see for the future of iCover, iCover Direct, and all the other platforms that we have that we might not be able to talk about in this present
Yeah.
time?
Yeah. I mean, there obviously, for reasons as you already know, I cannot talk about certain things in detail, but I can tell you that there's a lot of groundbreaking, um, ideas and products that's going to emerge in the next 5 years. Um, that's going to revolutionize the um, insurance industry. Um, there's definitely going to be AI in that, but a lot of really new ideas, and you'll just have to wait and see how those new ideas emerge and shake up the industry in a good way.
Right, sure. Yeah, no, I'm excited, and I know we had like anytime that I see you in a call, or like I know you're scheduled for a call, whether it's a touch point or whatever it is, like I'm always keenly listening just so I can see whatever, like I said, like whatever I can gather, whatever things that I'm like, maybe she can explain this concept to me that me and like that us like in the marketing team can't grasp or whatever, right? So it's really it's I'm excited to see what it is that the charges that you lead, and like and the things that come about, our team and our company. So
Are you a philosopher?
Of course, I am. That's my actually that's the only thing I talk about these days.
Hmm.
With my husband, he's a great philosopher himself, and yeah, I mean, I think I'm at a phase in my life where I'm on this journey of spirituality, right? And every single thing, every little thing that happens in my life or I encounter, I try to find the spiritual meaning behind it. Um, yes, so
What's the purpose of life?
whew, that's a great question.
'Cause I think about it every day, so.
So, yeah, I think the purpose of life is it's not a blanket statement, right? Everybody is born into this world with a specific purpose, and once they start acknowledging that, and once they start discovering their purpose of life, it's like you like unlock every step in a game, like you're playing a video game or whatever, right? You're at level 1. Oh, I've unlocked this level, now I'm going to level 2. Only that you don't know how many levels there are. As you keep like unlocking these levels, you get to a point, then you will realize your true purpose in life, and why you're here, and how ultimately I believe in reincarnation, right? Rebirth and everything. And I also believe in nirvana, like attaining mukti, right? That's what we say in India. So eventually that's where every soul is going to be progressing towards, right? um, And that's where, even I'm progressing towards, but I need to first figure out where I am in that whole video game example that I gave you, right? In which level I am, and how many more things do I need to learn? Because in order to unlock these levels, it's not just skill or what you already know, but what you don't know makes a plays a big part in this whole thing. So as you keep learning and attaining more knowledge, the universe will, conspire or pave the way for you to mukti.
I love that. I
Mm.
love that. That's a clip right there, boy. That's a clip right there, man. Wow. Um, Nishant, on one of our other episodes, he says, I'm laughing because like he asks Mr. Tony from KSKJ, like he says any last words. And then Mr. Tony says, he was like, "That's pretty bold of you to ask the CEO of a life insurance company." Yeah, but so I want to ask you: is there anything that you'd like to add um, to, to this already wonderful conversation?
Yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. I didn't know what it was going to be about, but the way it turned out, I'm really happy that we touched upon a lot of different areas, right from technology to fashion, AI, and philosophy, right? Um, and I look forward, I know I'm working with the two of you already, but I look forward to working with you and the rest of the iCover team. And iCover has a lot of great things um, on the horizon, and I wish the iCover team all success. And I'm just I can't tell you how happy I am to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We're just as equally, if not more, happy
Hmm.
to have you on this episode and to be again led by you and to have you on the team in such a fascinating and amazing role. So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah. Well, we hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed it, share it with whoever you want to share it with. And there's a lot of clips that are going to come out of this that I'm excited for y'all to see. So, thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Oh, very much.
Okay, so
Uh,
what a wonderful, insightful episode where we were able to learn so much about things that some of our coworkers expect for us to know already.
especially the developing team, developer team, right?
Yes.
They're like, come on, guys, just these are the basics. You need to know that. We're like,
Yeah.
we're just a goofy guy. We're just
Right.
goofy guys, and
We just
we just make people laugh, get viewership. That's all we want.
that's
We're just
all. Yeah.
creative. You
That's
know,
it. You know,
don't
we
expect any technical things from us.
yeah, Nishant and I call ourselves the BSers. And y'all know what that stands for, so
So we won't mute this.
yeah, we won't we don't gotta mute that, right? So now but wow. Certainly now I feel like one step closer to joining the developers team now.
No, I think that no, not that. No.
No,
In a 1 hour podcast, no,
you don't want to give them any ideas.
no. They'll kill us.
So yeah, they'll be like, oh, they're ready. Okay, all right, good.
Oh yeah, after years of experience we did, after all the videos and after all the hard work we did, you just asked simple questions, technical questions for the first time in your life, and you think you're ready? Huh? Okay, come on, coding test.
Right. Oh
Like
man.
what?
Uh
The only codes, I don't know about you, right? I was bad in computer, man. I was so bad. I used to get in single digits, right?
uh
It's very bad. I
Wow.
never understood. So programming. I never
Uh-huh.
understood. So the I don't know. There's this uh, language called QBasic.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you know it. You know,
I've heard of it. I've heard of it, but
yeah, it was there till I was in standard eighth,
uh-huh.
right? And then we had an option of choosing computer or economics, right? Either one of them. I wanted computer because all my friends were there in the computer, right? So I would be there with them, in their section,
Uh-huh.
and I had to study C++ and all those programming languages. My parents were wise. Okay, that time I did not understand, but thanks to my parents, they actually shifted. They did not tell me anything. My dad just went behind my back to the school, and he just shifted the course from computer to economics, right? And just came and like, yeah, no studying economics. Betrayal, but no, thankfully he did that, right?
Okay.
Uh, I made a lot of new friends. Those, and most of them are still I'm still in connect with. Like I'm still in touch with. Almost twice a week we talk, but yeah, economics was good. I sucked in that too in terms of the marks, but I
Uh-huh.
enjoyed it. I at least understood what economics is and how a market works and everything, right?
Yeah.
Computer, I didn't understand dash, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But yes, so
The
asking,
ass. He didn't understand the ass part of the
yeah,
BS was
yeah,
good.
yeah. What a world we live in, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
no, we're not.
it's impressive the scope and the knowledge that Miss Preeta carries
Hmm.
and the expertise that she brings into the company. We're blessed to have someone that can lead us like that, right?
And
Um,
just the excitement she had in the eyes, right? It is like
right,
like if you give a toy to a baby, an infant,
right,
the excitement,
yeah,
and she was so passionate about technology and all the questions we asked. She just loved answering them, right? Along
yeah,
with fitness and along with fashion and all that. But the passion she had, I just love it. Love that passion when I see in someone, right?
right,
And it doesn't have to be technology. It could be food. It could be music. Whatever. I just like. I want to see each and every single person, right? Wake up every day excited. Wake up every day with a goal, with passion to okay, I'll achieve this today, or I'll push my limits to do this, to achieve this thing, right?
right, right.
So I think she has that, and I could you guys can see it, right? You guys already
Yeah,
saw how passionate she was talking about technology, about shopping, about like fitness.
right.
So yeah,
Technology.
that's the only technology we know. And first,
So I actually, this is probably you probably I don't know if I ever told you, but I actually have a computer programming certification through my university.
you smart guy, you smart.
I was originally supposed to. I know it's misleading, right? The looks are misleading, but no, I was supposed to initially be a double major actually. So I
Okay.
was supposed to do computer science and mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
And then through I went through a whole little journey, and then eventually I dropped the computer science and just kept mathematics. I went through like a whole it was like computer science like double major, and then it was like okay, do math with the computer science minor, or I think it was the other way around. I can't remember anymore. And then it was like econ with the math minor, like because I took an econ class and I really liked it, and the professor was like, "Yo, you should
Mm-hmm.
really consider joining." I think their numbers were low, so they just told me that, and then like my ego got inflated.
Yeah.
And then I went back to math. I was like, nah, I like math. That's my favorite subject. Um, and then I completed my computer programming certification, and I got a media production certification. So that's how I have like a little bit of knowledge for like Final Cut Pro and things like that. So
Here's my question, and I
what's
think here's a question to everyone who's watching this right now. Comment down below the answer. Why do we like? what we want to do, right, or what we want to study gets judged by the grade we get. Like,
I think it's to like I think it's a sense of accountability. I think it's for us and for the professors to like keep us on track. Because that's a good question. I've asked myself the same question, and there's different school systems here that actually go without like deadlines and go without like being so staunch about grading. I excuse my ignorance, but I believe like the Montessori school is like the closest thing. There's like a Montessori school system here, and I think that's the
okay,
closest thing to what you're describing. But like, or what you're the idea you're trying to get off. But the thing is like what you'll find is like you kind of need that fear of getting an F or a D or failing your class is what keeps you accountable to like at least retain some sort of information. That's my thought process about it, but I want to hear your perspective or why what the answer is to your own question or why you asked that question in the first place. Please tell me.
I asked the question because, like, see, I grew up hating the system, and I still do, right? The education system, and like, because it never favored me. I won't
Mm,
say favored is not a good word, but I was never good at my academics,
uh-huh.
right? Never. I never understood why I was studying. I never understood what are we even doing, right? Because growing up in an Indian society, everyone cares about the grades, right? No one cares if you're actually learning something. Right?
Right.
You might have watched the Three Idiots movie.
Yeah.
You know what happens, right? So
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
I've
That's
grown
crazy.
I've grown around the society telling me I can't do things because I was never good at studies, or I never got good grades. I always got really bad grades. Okay. So my question, like the reason I asked that question is because what if, who cares about the marks? Who cares? I don't want to be a PhD in, like, in a particular subject. All all I want to do is I enjoy, for example, I enjoyed economics
Mhm.
classes, right? I enjoyed learning about it. Okay.
Right.
Learning something new about it. And it actually, I feel it somehow helped me in the real life, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I
Yeah.
did not get good marks in it, right? I did not get good grades in it. I couldn't, like, I was not ready. I was not good at mugging things up. I was never good at, just mugging things up, like, write each and every single word down exactly how it's there in the textbook, or how our teacher gave the notes to us. I was never good at it. I was never good at maths. I'm good in calculations, but not in maths, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But it helped, the economics class helped me gain a perspective about how market runs, how market works, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And it kind of also taught me how consumer thinks, right? And all the other chains, right? How demand and supply works, right?
Right, right.
Okay, I did not get marks, but it helped me, and I was interested in it. So who are those people? Why is the society, why is the system judging us based on our marks and deciding for us on what we want to do, right?
I like that.
So I don't want a PhD in economics. I don't want to do a master's in economics. I just want to learn about the subject, right? So that it help me in later in life. If
Yeah.
not, if it still doesn't help me, I still know something. Okay,
Right.
just be now. Think about this. Just because I have to get those marks, okay, our
Uh-huh.
teachers say, okay, guys, okay, don't study this. It's not important. It's not going to come in your exams, right? It'll
Uh-huh.
not help you get marks or get grades.
Right.
Study this, study this, study this. So I'm intentionally ignoring few things,
Uh-huh.
and I'm intentionally studying things, consciously or subconsciously thinking that, okay, if I study this, if I have to mug up these lines, I have to just remember this graph, because it'll help me get marks, which will lead to better grades, which will lead to happy teacher, happy society, happy parents,
Right.
right? Which
Yeah,
will
yeah.
lead to a so-called successful life, right? I was
Right,
never
right.
good at it, but I think I'm pretty good. I'm doing pretty good,
Yeah.
and I'm happy. I'm happy
Yes.
way. I'm like, to all, like, not to downgrade anyone, but almost 90-95% of the people, everyone used to score more than me, and society applauded them, right?
Uh-huh.
But I don't see them happy anymore. I
Right.
am,
Yeah. There you go.
right?
Look at
Because I
that.
was a rebel with a cause, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Hey, Nishant, the rebel with
No,
the cause, baby. I love that.
no, like seriously, like after my tenth, like my whole year when I was 15, right?
Uh-huh.
I was so pressurized in terms of I used to go to 5 to 6 tuitions. Okay. So like my whole life was I wake up, go to school, come back, eat my lunch, run to tuitions, tuition, note, like homework, assignments, go to bed. Like I hardly like I don't even remember that year, right? I just
Mhm.
remember that year as I was just studying. And for us in India, I don't know about you, but there's this boards exam, right? And it's pretty important for us somehow,
Mhm.
right? It's like that's what the society says. You like, oh my god, it's 10th for you. Oh, that's important, man. You should, like forget playing, forget doing anything. Just study, right? Because
Yeah.
that's what we love to do, right? We love to build robots in this country. But oh, I can yap about it all day. But
Yeah.
like, so I don't even remember that year, right? The only thing I remember is my time in the tuitions, my time at my friend's place where he was a good student, so he helped me with science and math, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And my time in school. That's it. In the school too, like even in the games period, like we used to get one period to play.
Uh-huh.
Like no, per week we used to get twice or thrice, right? Of 40 minutes each, okay, to go and play.
Uh-huh.
That too, half of the time I was just solving mathematics because I was so scared that I have to
Mhm.
score good because my career is in jeopardy,
Jeopardy.
right?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's like, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's how people brainwash you. Yeah, it's messed up, man. So after 10th, I didn't get this grades I was hoping for. The society would praise you, will keep you on his shoulders, and like yeah, right. But I just stopped giving an F. I was
Society would
like,
say, yeah.
yeah, for next 2 years I didn't study much. I just enjoyed my life, made a lot of memories, and I'm proud of it. Right? I
Yeah.
used to see children just study, forget everything, and I still don't get it why just to like in Indian society, once you grow old and it's like once you're closer to boards or you're in your eighth or ninth class or 10th or 11th, 12th, whatever, right? Your parents are like, okay, you're good at sports, stop playing, forget playing,
Uh-huh.
forget doing anything, forget going out with your friends, forget everything, just study. So, how do you imagine us uh, growing ever in life emotionally? And how do you imagine expect us to mature, right?
Right.
Right? All
Right.
these things we're doing just to get in a good college. We get in a good college, 4 years, we just work our ass off just to complete those assignments, just to get those grades, so that we can sit in the placements. We get the placement, we get a job, maybe a decent. Some get, some don't. Right? We get a decent job. Now the society is happy. Now the parents are happy. The relatives are happy. Oh look, you worked so hard for it. Good for you. Now go get married.
I was just about to say that, bro. I was gonna
Get
say that.
married. That kid doesn't know who he is. Right?
Yeah.
He hasn't experienced life. He doesn't even know who he is, what he wants,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get
Right
married, then
now
what's
he'll get married.
and then
Okay, just because his purpose in life is over now. Getting a job was his main purpose since the day he was born. It's
yeah,
over now,
yeah,
right? Now he got married. Okay, have kids. Now they'll have kids for the next 18, 20 years. They'll have another purpose in life. Both the couple. They'll get married on each other. They'll work super hard. The kid will study well, not study well. They'll get pressurized from society. Same old routine, right? And after they're retired, they don't know what to do, right? They don't know, like you work for 40 years and okay, now your kids are out of the house. They're earning now. Now society tells you, okay, now wait and die. What a poor, what I pity every single one in this country. Almost every single one. I won't say all because there's some smart ones too, but I legit pity them because they don't know what they're doing. They don't question each and every single decision in their life, right? And it's just so sad, man. And if I tell this to someone, I've told multiple times, they just don't get it. And I'm like, the Matrix has just controlled you so badly that I pity you. The way you think, you're gonna regret on your deathbed.
That's crazy, man. That's sad. That's sad, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I know you. I know this is something that like you feel very
Oh
strong about,
yes.
passionate about. And it hurts me because I know everything you're saying is the
Hmm.
utmost truth, right? So, um, man, it's tough. I think only time will break the cycle, right? Like
It will,
it's
yeah. Only time.
gonna take a long time, I think, right? But because I remember you brought up a good point, right? It's like the children grow up with the trauma from their parents dishing it onto them,
Yeah.
these expectations, and then they think that that's the normal way to raise their kids, and then it just kind of and
Just just because see, we grow up to become parents, so we know what trauma we faced from our parents. So what we do is we slightly, you know, sugarcoat it, right? Slightly, like maybe not follow one or two things, and we're like, okay, we are giving the best life on our kids, right?
right,
We're
right,
working super hard, right?
yeah,
The school and the college tuition fee is so expensive that the wife and the husband has to work, right, all the time
right, yeah,
just to make ends meet,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And still pressurize that kid by saying that, look, we're working so hard for you, right? Now
yeah,
you have to do good in life. Forget your dreams. Forget what you're doing. Okay, follow the society. Follow what, like, if the society tells you to get an MBA degree, do that. You get a good job, right? If
mhm,
if if a group of crowd, if a group is following that, just do that. Maybe something is good is happening, right? It's just a herd mentality we have in this country,
right, right,
and the kid grows up hating his parents. The kid grows up hating money and having a very difficult time to adjust around money, right? Or finances, whatever.
yeah.
It's a big cycle, man. I can yap about it for hours and hours. Trust me. I have a lot of topic to cover, and I might even get cancelled for saying some truth thing, like
Oh
some
man,
truth things. But
no, I think
I don't.
everything you said was very real. I think there was merit in every each and every word you said. And I feel you. I feel you entirely, man. I feel you entirely. It's sad. I think
Because parents don't understand, right?
yeah,
They feel they're giving the best life, which is okay. According to them, it's true. But how do you know that? You don't even know yourself.
yeah. No,
Most of the Indian parents don't even know what their hobbies are. It's so
yeah,
sad.
yeah. No, I think the funniest thing that you said that I knew you was gonna say was like, they push you so hard to study to get a degree. You get the degree, then the next thing is okay. When are you getting married? It's like, dang, let me like enjoy this. Like at
Hmm.
least let me enjoy like the the perseverance that like the outcome of my perseverance at first. You know what I'm saying? Like that y'all put me through. Let me enjoy that first before y'all it's always on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. What's next? What's next? What's next? What are you doing? Okay, so it's crazy. Um and that's coming from me, the taskmaster, the guy that that always wants to check boxes. It's just like you need to sometimes relish in, what it is that you've accomplished.
Hmm.
You don't want to always just keep running. You want to just be able to sit and reflect and be able to relish in it. There was a lady who asked, like, she didn't even ask me like, oh, like when are y'all getting married? She didn't ask me that, like about me and Rabia.
Hmm.
She says, when are y'all having kids? I'm like,
Oh,
yo, I was like, let's one step at a time. I was like, one step at a time, girl, one step at a time. But
that's okay.
my favorite. favorite part of this episode was how Miss Preeta kept continuously referring to coding and programming as magic.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yes.
That was my favorite. Just
That
that,
just
just that piece alone.
yeah. That just
Yeah,
shows how much he loves it, right?
yeah,
How how the whole process makes her feel like, wow, it's a magic,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I just love that. I just
Right.
love that energy, you know.
It was great. It was wonderful, and she kills it with all the all the dope fits that she has on. You know what I'm saying? I always say that she's most swagged out, best dressed in the company.
Hands down, yeah,
I give
easily.
Jim, I give Mr. Jim second place. I give her first, but because yo, Mr. Jim, the fact that he like matches his frames with like his suit jacket or like something on his shirt, that's really cool. But yeah, Miss Preeta she be fly all the time. So as she should be. But yeah, no, wonderful episode. I learned a lot. I hope y'all as the viewers learned a lot. Nishant
Mhm.
and I learned a lot, certainly. Um, and that's the thing with tech. Anytime you can make tech or like a topic that seems vast or maybe intangible, easy to grasp and understand. I always think that those are the people that should lead that in within that field, right? And certainly Miss Preetha is a leader, and I'm glad that she's leading us, and she's a part of our company, and fills that role as such. So, uh, Nishant, I loved everything that you said in this post episode talk, man. Everything you said. I hope everybody really like soaks in that piece, right? I hope they don't get fatigued from watching a whole episode and then that something that's so substantive maybe
Yeah.
goes past them. But that was something that you just gave me something to walk away with today. You reinforced a lot of the stuff that you've always told me, but you packaged it up in a really nice way. So um I hope everybody watching gets to, because I know half the viewers, it seems as such, are
Yeah.
folks that are watching over there from India. So I hope that they take from that what they will, or what they should rather. So
Hmm.
um and I think that in and of itself deserves to be a clip. You know what I mean? So uh but we could always expand
Abhishek
on
will
it.
do it.
Abhishek, we could always expound on it in a future episode too. I'm sure it'll come
Mhm.
up again, so we
Definitely.
can certainly expound on it. But yeah, we appreciate y'all watching this as long as you did. These are all these episodes are like feature length films with the length. You know what I mean? So, uh, and but we appreciate you sticking around. And as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. That's the biggest thing. Just share these, because we get it. We live in a world where like we might not be able to consume it all, but if you share it, maybe there's somebody that does have the time that day that might
Yeah.
need to watch what it is that we're laying down in
Yes.
this episode, or
Yes.
might want to watch what we're laying down in this episode rather. So again, we appreciated bringing y'all this episode as much as we appreciate y'all watching it. That being said, we're out, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye bye.